cleaning one of my babies, and she's pooped horrible poop up her back. As I'm wiping her, she starts pooping more. The poop was everywhere. The poop was under my fingernails. It was horrible. But I didn't freak out.
Ew. How much do you think you need annually to like maintain one kid?
Oh my gosh, is it $100,000?
No.
$50,000?
No.
20?
Mm-hmm.
Hey everyone, my name is Chelsea.
I'm Angelica.
And together we're Two Random Girls. So welcome back to another episode. We know we've been MIA for like the past 2 weeks.
Yes.
But you know life. Things happen.
Happens.
Yeah. But we're just gonna hop right into it.
Yeah.
So today we're talking about a question that I have, and it's, what would you do if you wake up in a different life, but you could remember every person and every detail from this life, but in the new one, they don't know you and you don't know them?
So this is a really good question because it really got us thinking. Wait, they don't know me?
Yeah,
and I don't know them, but I remember them.
Yeah, they don't. Yeah, like you guys are not like friends
In the
in this
same
life,
circle.
but that's what I mean when you don't know them.
Okay, but would I be like in a different part of the world or the same state,
Same
state,
everything.
everything?
Everything.
Just maybe different schools or something.
Yeah.
Oh, at this age?
I was thinking about like this age. But
Okay. Well, for starters, I think the one that would hit the hardest if it's my mom didn't know me.
Oh,
I'd be like, who is this lady that's my mom in this life?
I didn't even think about like the
Family
being different. I just thought it was like friends, like
yeah.
But wow, yeah. Oh my gosh, your sister?
Yeah.
Oh my
that's
gosh,
insane.
that'd be insane. Like,
What would
nephew?
you do though? Like if there was a different person that was you. Like let's say your sisters, but there's another sister that would have been you.
Oh my gosh, do they have the same name as me?
No.
Okay.
Different name. Different like person, but that's like you know that's you. And then it's me and Rebecca with somebody else. What would you do? I'd kill.
Oh my gosh, you don't understand. I'd be heartbroken.
No, that's what I'm saying.
I'd
bro.
be so heartbroken. Oh my gosh. And then you're just watching from a distance, like if you see them in the streets and they're all just happy, talking and laughing, and you remember doing that with them, like in your past life, or oh my gosh, that's scary.
That is scary.
That's really scary. Bro, imagine having a daughter or something, or a child, and then there's somebody else's child.
No, that one would. I think out of all of them, that one would hit the hardest. Like
Yeah.
I saw that there's like this movie about this girl that she has a child. Like I forget where. I think it's like in Switzerland or Austria, something like that. I hated this movie. It gave me such bad anxiety.
Mm-hmm.
But basically, she was a really good mother, and then they had like this weird law over there, and they kept like the government kept taking her child away from her. And the child would be crying like, "That's my mom." It's a true story. She would be like, "That's my mom. What are you guys doing?" Da da da. And it was because she was divorcing, I think, the husband, and she didn't have enough funds. But she did. Like, she wanted her child. She had to go to India to find out where they literally gave her child off for adoption while she was screaming, saying, "No, no, no."
I think I might have heard the story too because you said India.
Yeah, maybe. And then she won the case in India. Like, she flew to India because some Indian people adopted her. Or I think the dad was Indian.
The dad was Indian,
right? Yeah, something. And then she fought for custody in India for the child. But this was like after 7 years. The child's grown. But they asked the child, like, who do you want to be? The judge saw and then finally gave it to her. But I'm like, are you kidding me? No, that should never be allowed.
Yeah.
And then they finally changed the regulation. I think it was the whole process of childcare, foster care was rigged out there. I think that's what it was. Something along those lines, because the rich people paid to keep the daughter.
Yeah.
I don't remember, but I'll put the movie here. I just think that was insane. Like,
That is
imagine.
insane. Bro, sorry, this just reminded me that something really horrible happened in Haiti. And basically this woman, she literally was just deported from the DR, and she was in Port-au-Prince, like a area called Kinskov. Gangs like just invaded Kinskov, and they took her baby. They set her house on fire. They took her newborn baby. He was like 2 months old, and she threw the newborn baby into the fire,
What?
and they forced her to watch. And then after like everything like happened, they shot at her and told her like, get out of here, get out of here. And then she died like a week later because she
Trauma?
went like insane, like she lost her mind.
Yeah, who wouldn't? Why did they do that?
Like, to be evil? There's no reason.
Like, she wasn't even opposed to them. Like, I don't know. Like, I'm not saying there's a reason to do something like that, obviously, but at least if like, I don't know, she was the biggest protester. Like, I don't know, like, you're not just gonna walk up to anybody and what was it? Can't scoff, and then throw their baby in a fire is insane.
Like her newborn baby.
Like, unless she killed your mom or something.
Like,
Like,
yeah.
I don't know. Her newborn baby's insane.
Mhm.
Those people have no hearts.
They have no hearts. They're actual demons. They're demons.
But I think, because yesterday I was driving and I saw this man and he looked scary. But then I was like, what if he's just a nice man? Like, sometimes you have just people that look like this, right? But then you find out they're really nice people. But then I thought, how would we know if they're psychopaths? But sometimes the psychopaths show themselves as nice people, very
I was
charismatic.
gonna say, usually, like the scary people are the ones who look normal.
Yeah. So I'm like,
They're
it's
the
just
ones who look
scary.
normal. It's so scary. Whew. It's so scary. I just can't imagine that. Like, that's like the most painful thing anyone could do to a mother.
Every time we talk about bad mothers or not bad mothers, but bad stories of mom and kids, I always think about that movie with Jennifer Lawrence. Have you ever saw it?
Yeah, Mother.
Yeah, oh yeah, we always talk about this. That one killed me.
Yeah, that one was really. That movie gave me like.
Like, I don't know. It gave me hella anxiety.
Yeah, it was very anxiety.
When she reaches out for the kid and they keep taking no. Imagine. Like, I don't think I could ever live through that. Oh, that's a TikTok we were looking at.
What?
The one of the mom that she was like, live your life, it's not worth it. I love my baby girl.
Oh,
but
yeah.
And I would do it all over again, but it's not worth it.
Yeah.
What do you think about that?
I do think it's like.
Refresh.
I do think it's postpartum. Like, I think she said that it was like postpartum. Honestly, a lot of women will feel that way after they have a baby because that baby needs them. Like, I feel like in a lot of cultures, like Asian cultures, they after they have like the babies, someone comes, like they hire somebody and they take care. The person's only focus is on them and the baby. So they help the mother and everything, and they take care of like the baby, make sure the mom's okay after giving birth, whatever. And a lot of people here, obviously, they don't have that, so they come home from after having a baby, which is like, honestly, it's traumatic for the baby, but I think it's also giving birth is traumatic for, like,
of course, it's like you literally have something inside of you and they just literally rip it off. I mean, obviously not rip it off, but it feels like that.
Yeah.
Just gets out of you, and then you're just supposed to be like, boom,
And
you're a mom.
Horrible pain, like, you know what I mean? And now, like, once this happens, like after you have this baby, you like no longer matter, really. Like, that baby comes first. Like, their needs come before yours. Like, and then you'll have mothers who haven't showered in like 1 week because like they really don't have the time. They're tired. They're not sleeping. And like, imagine this for like single mothers. Like, I've honestly been seeing this a lot lately. Like, mothers saying that. Like, I've seen some people say that, and they're like I'm a single mother. I do everything for my kid. Obviously, like I love my kid or whatever. But still, like, I could admit that it's like. And I have like family to help me, but I could still admit that it's like, it's hard.
Like, I don't know. Like, I agree, it's hard. I mean, I'm not a mom, but I could see that it's hard, and I could see how, like, maybe it's not worth it. But also, I'm like, I mean, I don't know. I don't know if I would ever post that.
That's what I was thinking. I was just thinking, why would you post this? Well, I guess it's like for to bring awareness to
Yeah,
make
that's what
people
I was,
feel.
because a lot of people in the comments were like, thank you for being honest, thank you for telling the truth.
I just feel like honestly, I just feel like it's just detrimental to like the child. I feel like
Yeah, like if you're like, if I grow up and I see that my mom said it's not worth it, I don't know.
yeah, I feel like yeah, I would definitely be sad.
I think it'll be a little crazy, but she was like no hate to her. She was saying like she'd do it all over again and she would give her life for the baby. But then it was just kind of how do you say that? Like
Contradictory.
contradictory, because then you're saying but it's really not worth it.
Yeah, like that's what I'm saying. Like that's what was getting me. Is nothing about it worth it? Like your child
Yeah.
loving you? Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And like I understand, like obviously that's how she feels, and there's a lot of women who feel that way. It's just like there's a lot of women who want to be a mother, and then when they become a mother, they feel like fulfilled, like that's fulfillment for them. She's obviously not that type of woman. She said she's never gonna have more kids, which is fine. But I did think that she wasn't like I just feel like to her child's like defense, like if they were to watch that video in the
that's what I'm
future,
thinking. Like,
I wouldn't get like she's like, yeah, I love her so much or whatever, but I would still be like, but you keep saying it's not worth it, so I'm
Yeah.
not worth it.
Yeah,
You're
like you
saying
made
you
a
would do
whole
it
video
over
saying
again.
you would
Yeah.
never. Yeah, like I don't know, and also like maybe she just has to give it time. Like I know the newborn phase, they say it's like the hardest phase, but but also like you said, there's different people out there, because I follow this other girl. She has the cutest little baby girl ever. She's the chubby cheeks, and the mom also has chubby cheeks, and the mom's like, being a mom literally is my happiness. And she's like with the baby, and she's like, I would not trade this for anything. But do you see how beautiful it is to hear that?
Yeah.
Like if I grow up and I see videos of my mom saying that, I would be like, but I don't want to hate on the other girl.
No, because her feelings are valid, but I
Yeah.
also do want to like say like it's different like obviously the people are different too, but it's also different like the situations. She's a stay-at-home mom now. She doesn't have like a nanny or whatever. She's with the baby all the time, and also like babies are so clingy. Like
That's what I'm saying.
they don't
That's
give
how,
you
like,
space.
she just needs more time, because the baby that I'm talking about, it's like 8 months old. I mean, still a baby, obviously, but at this age, they don't cry that often. Like that's what I'm saying. The newborn stage is like when they cry the most.
But then after that stage, they get the
The teeth.
no, the codependent,
Mm.
the fear of abandonment thing, where they do not want to leave like their primary caregiver. Like they need to see them. Like if they step out for 1 minute, it's like all craziness. And like you're in the bathroom, they have to be in there with you. Like you can't even shower because
Yeah.
they're like following you everywhere, and nobody could even like. I guess they could help you, but take them away. They'll be screaming for a while, but you know what I mean. Like nobody can really help you with them because they don't want to leave you,
Yeah.
and that's like starts at like 8 months, 1 year, maybe even 2 years.
I don't know, but back to the girl's point, like I do agree with her in the sense that, like I feel like a lot of girls, like I think I'm also one of them, but like it's changing a little bit. But my main goal was to be a mom and to have a family, and like that was my main goal in life. But then I did like her point where she was like, you guys shouldn't make that your goal in life, like. And I agree. Like I feel like that shouldn't be, like we could dream bigger. Like
I do agree that like we could dream bigger, because when I was a kid, like all I wanted was to also be a mom. I literally, my family used to laugh at me because I was like, oh my gosh, I was like, if the world's gonna end in 2012, I won't get to have a baby. And then they're like, what? They're like, that's what you're worried about? I was like, yeah. Like, what about marriage? What about school? I was like, I don't even need the man. I just need the baby.
that's funny, bro.
Bro, they used to like, they never forget that. But so like, definitely.
How old were you saying this?
Well, I said 2012, so I had to be in like the third, fourth grade. Maybe I could have been younger. I probably was in third, second grade.
Okay.
But yeah. And okay, sorry, what was I saying? yeah, like obviously I still want to be a mother, but like there's definitely I want it to be. I feel like now I'm like, okay, I'm okay with being a mother older because I want to
Yeah.
like experience things, and I realized how hard when you don't have money for real, like if you're not rich, how hard it is actually to do the things you want to do while having a baby.
Yeah.
Like obviously if you're rich, you could still travel the world and you could bring your baby with you and you could bring a nanny to watch, so you could still be able to do all the activities you want to do and have someone take care of your baby, you know what I mean? But for people, like if I was to have a child right now, I can't leave my, where am I leaving my baby?
Yeah.
My parents go to work. My sister goes to school.
Yeah.
Who's watching that baby for me?
The daycare center.
I can't leave that baby at the daycare center for 2 weeks while I go travel the world. You know what I mean?
That's what I'm saying. No, and also, if you're not paying, even if you pay for a good daycare center, you gotta be careful, people.
No, I'm
These
scared
people
of
are
daycare.
crazy. These people are insane.
Yeah.
Bro, after, what was it over here that they had? The
What?
fight clubs?
Baby fight clubs?
Yeah, you didn't read about that? At one of the daycare centers around here, they had fight
Around
clubs.
here?
Yes.
Bro, I gotta tell my sister this because she's thinking of putting my nephew into daycare because she has to work, and obviously I work, my sisters are in school, my parents work, like
Yeah.
we really can't watch him while she goes to work. So she's thinking of putting him into daycare, and I'm obviously never wanted him to go to daycare, but like what can I do? I can't watch him.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because of that, because I'm scared, because people are crazy. What do you mean baby fight clubs?
Bro, they used to put the two babies in the ring.
Wait, how old are these babies?
I think like maybe 1 to 2 years old.
So how did the baby know to fight? They told the, like,
I think they would tell them something. They would record it and post it.
what's the where?
I don't know, but the cops got involved. Everything. It was a
Wait, so how long did this happen before parents realized, or
I'm not sure.
did the baby ever come home with damage? Like,
I think maybe they came home with like bruises or something. But like in daycare is a lot of teachers. Some are nice, and a lot of them just don't have patience anymore. They've been working there for so long. When I worked at a daycare, golly,
yeah, there was this person that she worked at her daycare, and whenever she told me the stories,
yeah,
I was like shocked and disturbed. I'm like, I don't know how anybody could talk to a child that way. I honestly, I have a lot of issues with people who don't have patience for children. I really don't like it. It's something that makes me so angry, because I feel like if you don't have patience for children, the most innocent, sweetest little precious beings out of all of us, who do you have patience for? Nobody. Who do you have patience for?
yeah.
Like, I feel like I feel like for people, you don't have to like children. Obviously, you don't have to want to be around them, but if there's a child in your vicinity, treat them with respect, be kind.
No, and they say, well, they're already blah 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 years old or 2 years old. They know what they're saying.
What are you talking about?
What? They don't know nothing. I mean, they know some things, but
They don't
cute
even know what
little
planet they're
angels,
on, bro. They
They're
don't
cute
know what
little
planet they're on.
angels. If they say no, it's because what else do they know what to say?
Bro, like I nanny occasionally, and one of my baby who I was nannying for ever since she was 3 months old. Literally, the last time I nannied her, she was tripping out on me. She said, "I hate you. I want you to go away."
God, nothing hurts more,
Bro, do you think was I sad?
Yes.
Yeah. Broke my heart.
Broke my heart.
But I didn't say F her and like leave the house. You know what I mean?
Oh, you want to go? You want to go?
You're fighting with her, like, bro. You have to understand, like, these children, they don't know how to, they don't understand their emotions. They don't know how to control their emotions.
Yeah.
And she was mad because I wasn't letting her do something that she wanted to do, or I was telling her, you have to take a bath because she pooped on herself. I had to change her, and she told me, I hate you. I want you to go away. But guess what? She only did that because she was embarrassed. Because she was been potty trained. And it was an accident.
No.
So she was embarrassed and she was hiding. It was so heartbreaking and sad. Like, so yeah, she did say she hates me. She wants me to go away and never come back. But it was something that was coming out of embarrassment, like anger at herself. You know what I mean? And the fact that I'm not her mother and she only feels comfortable probably pooping herself around her mother, you know?
Yeah. No, it really hurts when a child that you love says, I hate you to you. I had this literally, I think it was the same week as Chelsea, but mine was first.
Yours was first. Mine was like
2 weeks after. But it was close in time because I remember I babysit my girls, and one of my girls, when I go to pick her up, I'm always like, hey girl, hey princess, like get in the car, right? So I went to pick her up and she's like, and I'm like, oh gosh, because she's the moody one, right? So I'm like, oh no, here we go, she's moody again. And so I'm like, what's wrong? And she's like, where's mommy? And I'm like, okay, that hurt a little bit, but valid question. And I was like, she's at work. And then she's like, I don't remember if she got heated right now or maybe later, but basically she was like, I don't want you to come pick me up again. Like, I hate you. And I was like, I kid you guys not, tears in my eyes. But I said, I gotta be strong. I was like, oh my God. Like, I felt so hurt. And I was like that you shouldn't say. And I said, oh my God, you shouldn't say that. That's not nice. That really hurt my feelings. And then she looked at me and she was like I could tell she was feeling bad, but I was like, I can't give it in too much. So I was like, just get in the car. So that I'm over here driving. And then all of a sudden she's like, want to see what I did? Want to see what I did in class? Hey, want to do? Because this girl's older. She's like, what, 6? And it says, hey, look at this. Hey, when we get home, can we play a lot? And then I was like, yeah, but like a little bit cold shoulder. Not really, but I was just like you hurt my feelings for me acting like a 6-year-old. And then we got home, blah, 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 and she hugged me and she's like, I'm sorry, Angelica. So, take everything with a grain of salt. They're kids.
Yeah. Angelica came out way luckier than me. She didn't apologize to me.
In her defense, she's younger.
Yeah, she's 2, but like, all she did was help. After we cleaned her up, we read a book and we had fun.
Yeah.
She wants to act like we didn't have fun, but we had fun the entire day.
It'd be like that. It's just like, but imagine you didn't know anything else. Like, she probably has said it before to her parents or something, and she knows, like, if she says that, they'll stop because it's a natural reaction. If someone says that to you, you'll be like, shocked. So you'll stop for a little, but then continue. So I think she's like those little kids are like, what do I say? Like, what have I heard that like will make them stop?
What also made me feel better too is that they said that they say those things to people who they feel comfortable with, who like they know like they're not gonna like
lose.
Yeah.
Oh.
Like, right? That made me feel better.
That is so beautiful.
Right?
Yeah. No, and kids are beautiful. Like, I don't know. My 4 boys. Oh my God. One of them, the little baby one, was putting him to sleep. And then I'm leaving. He's like, Angelica? And I'm like, yeah. You forgot the hug and a kiss. Can I get one? And I already gave him one. And I'm like, you could get as many hugs and kisses that you want. I always do. I was going to call you. I was going to call you. But do you ever think, like, when they grow up, like, I always think about when they grow up and then, like, forgetting me. Oh my God. Yeah. I can't.
Obviously, yeah. Because I don't even see her that often.
Yeah.
Like, I only see her, like, occasionally. Though I guess it's, like, enough now since she's older, so she'll still, like, remembers. But, like, yeah, because, like, after I left, like, working with her, like, regularly, the first time I came back, I was so happy because I didn't think she was going to remember me. But she ran down the stairs, and then she ran to me, and I picked her up, and I held her. I didn't want to start crying in the middle of these people. They're all there, like, her siblings, her parents.
I know.
Like, I was so scared, but after the time after that, it was a couple months, again, later, she didn't remember me. I don't think she did. But her parents, I like that her parents, they always talk to her about me.
That's good. Because that way she'll probably, like, continue to remember. It would have been, maybe she wouldn't have even remembered you the first time if they didn't talk to her about you.
Yeah.
They probably show her pictures and stuff. Yeah, like, I don't know. Like, for my boys, like, or in my girls, they're pretty much older. I think, oh my God, I'm sorry if you hear my tummy rumbling. But I think they'll remember me except for the little ones. But I plan to be in their lives forever. But my thing is, like, bro, one day after babysitting them, I literally went home bawling my eyes out because I started thinking about the day I get married and how I want them to be my flower boys. Oh my God. And imagine them all grown. I'm sorry, I can't think about this without crying. I was
so
bawling. I
adorable.
was bawling my eyes out. Like, imagine when they're all grown up and when they're like, and imagine, I always think if they stayed each other, like, because I babysit 4 boys and 3 girls, and I'm like, imagine when they grow up, they're like, oh my God, I had a babysitter named Angelica. Isn't that crazy? And imagine it's like the same one.
The same way you are.
Me. It's me. Bro, I'm rooting for it. I love them all. Yeah, it's crazy.
It is crazy. But let's just show, like, kids are literally such a blessing, and I hate people who are mean to them.
Yeah.
I hate it so much. Like, bro.
And you should really, like, I'm not saying abortion is key, obviously, but I think there's enough children in the world. Sorry, you're probably like, how did I get into here? But I'm just thinking, like, I think you should really want a child, know you're in a good position. Even though, like, I don't want to say only have a child if you're in a good position, but if you're in a position where you're like, I'll do anything for this child, I will make sure to get it out of the slums because of this child, then go for it. But if you're like, oh, this is a nice fascination of mine, I've always wanted to be a mom, oh, I'm pregnant, let me just do it, and you're not in a position to, or you know you're gonna continue to be this 21-year-old that you were, or, like, you know, or you still want to continue living your life, I think you really have to pick and choose. Because I feel like a lot of people, they're like, oh, I'm pregnant, I'm just gonna have a baby, and then boom, another person in foster care.
Honestly, I know, like, people, like, have quarrels with this. I think it's crazy that, like, a bunch of people, like, they keep having children, like, let's say, because I listen to a lot of story times, and, like, they're, like, from LA or from, like, places like that, and, like, everybody over there, like, in the projects and the hood, like, they have, like, 10 children, and I'm just thinking, I'm like, why?
Yeah.
I don't get it. I do understand, like, obviously, like, but a lot of these people, they are not in a position to be having
all these children.
So I really don't, and I'm not obviously not saying, like, it's just because you're poor, you shouldn't have kids, but maybe there's a limit to how many kids you should not you should have. Like, I'm not saying the government.
This is China.
No, I'm not saying the government should put a limit, but I'm just saying, if you know it's hard for you to take care of your 2 children, you should not have 6 more. That's how I believe. That's what I believe.
Yeah.
Because where are you now? You have 7 children. You live in a 1-bedroom apartment. Everybody's sleeping on the couch.
But you know why they do it?
Why?
Because they say the more kids you have, they do it for money from the government.
Tats?
Like, yeah, they're like, but I think that's the worst mentality you have.
I'm sorry, but that's crazy. Because now
you're getting, like, kids to get more money
1 time a year. Like, I'm sorry, that's insane.
You know how much kids cost, but the problem is they're doing it for the money, not for the kids. Like,
yeah,
they could care less if the kids eat. If they got money, like, it's depraved.
Yeah,
you are depraved if you do that. Sorry, I feel like the do that sounded like, oh my God, I'm such a valley girl. But no, I actually think that's insane how people do that. And also the people in the foster care that foster children for money,
just for the money, yeah.
And you're evil to them, you're insane. Like, I've wanted to foster kids, actually.
I want to foster, adopt, like, just because, like, the things they go through in that foster care system, is like much. I feel like obviously there's good families in there, but I hear so many horrible stories. Because I'm also like, bro, how much money are you guys getting? They're not getting that much money. It's like $600 I heard or something.
Nothing.
Like,
and guess how much? So I did this with ChatGPT because I like to plan for my future, and I was seeing like how much money I have to make annually to have a family. I want 5 kids. I need to be a millionaire for that, but probably let's stick to 2 to 3 max. But how much do you think you need annually to like maintain 1 kid?
oh my gosh, is it $100,000?
No,
$50,000?
no.
20?
And that's for like a high income for each kid. Like minimum, it's like I think 10. But 20, like if you wanna, I'm guessing like have him in activities, private school, things like that.
I know, private school.
I'm sorry,
No.
I was public. You'll be publicer.
No, I was just saying, like, I feel like private school is not in that 20,000. I feel like it's additional 13,000 separate.
Well, I think it might be only because at that age you don't really have to pay for activities. They'll do it in the private school, you know. So it's like what you pay for is that, and then obviously, but it doesn't
private
count
school
for
for a baby.
No, it just says the average each year for a kid,
Okay.
like to raise him.
No, because you said they wouldn't be doing activities.
Oh, the baby?
No, the person in private school.
Oh, the older kids, yeah, because they do the activities in school, and you don't have to pay extra for that. Like, you know, like enroll them in dance class. I mean, unless you have the money to do private school and activities.
Yeah.
Yeah. But then also at that age, they could start working. So if they want to do it.
What are you talking? Sorry.
In high school?
I'm sorry, you're losing me. I was so confused. Oh, you're talking. I thought you were talking about children.
Oh, I forget they have elementary private school.
Yeah, sorry. I thought you were talking about children. So I'm talking about like this girl's. She's into child labor now. What do you mean?
No, I was talking in high school. They could start. Yeah, in private schools. But they have. Do you think they're 20,000 for elementary school too?
Well, it depends on what school.
Yeah, some of them are expensive, no? Well,
like 50,000.
Yeah. Well, I'm doing not the cheapest I could do, but enough for them to be able to. I want to have them in so many activities.
Yeah, I've always wanted. I to do like my little sister to do ballet, and she didn't end up doing it. But I want to put my children in ballet, in choir, learn piano, violin. I always wanted to play the violin.
She said, let's talk about it. Violin.
Like, I love the violin. I think it's the most beautiful instrument. Like, I've always wanted to play the violin just because I see people play the violin. And I'm like, wow, like, this is it. Maybe I'll try. Why not? I'll maybe take a class one day.
You know,
violin and piano. You played the violin? Angelica, you never told me that.
I feel like I did. I'll insert a picture of me here. But I'm like,
so cool. Do you still know?
Like, I feel like I know the basics of it, but I don't remember.
Oh my gosh, I never knew that. Yeah. That's so cool.
I played the violin and the flute. Did you know that?
You were in band?
Yeah.
Oh my god.
In middle school.
Wow.
It was very, very fun. But my parents would always make fun. I told you this because I told you my parents would make fun of me. Because I would, okay, so when you're in band or when you're in strings, which was the violin, I was in both, the violin had a part, the cello had a part, each string had a different part of the song. Mm-hmm. So then I would go home and be practicing on my violin, or mainly on my flute was where my parents made fun of me because we had to do Jurassic Park. So then I would be like, dun dun dun, and like I would just be doing the part of the flute, and I'm like, guess what I'm doing? Because I knew the song and I knew it was good, and my parents would be like, and then they would guess, but years later, like last year, they admitted to me how they thought it was so funny because they'd be like, this girl would come up to us like, bah, bah, how we would know what she was playing, and they would always get so mad at me apparently. And I never knew this, but yeah, so
nothing got mad because you sucked.
Not because I sucked.
Wait, why were they getting mad?
Oh, okay, maybe I did suck, but they got mad because they would always be like, how would she expect us to know what she is playing but then they realized that when it was my band concert, they were like, oh, like we would have never gotten the song unless we had
Oh,
the whole band,
Okay.
because I would only do the flute part, so it wasn't like the whole song, you know. But yeah, but the violin was pretty fun. I really liked playing that one. I didn't want to. I think my mom was the one that convinced me to do it, but I felt cool, and I looked really Asian back then, so I. Asian man. Oh my god. Can we tell them about that?
Oh my god.
Guys, so we were talking about dirty people because of Benny Blanco. Bro, that man's a dirty man. And my boyfriend gets so mad every time I bring up Benny Blanco.
He liked him?
No, but he just feels so bad. Like, he's like, you're like a nice girl, even though my friends say I'm the meanest. Another story. But he's like, there's no, like, he doesn't get why I hate him so much. And it's like, I don't want to say I hate the man, but I just can't ever see Selena Gomez. It's like, nobody understands how much I like Selena Gomez. That was my girl. Like, my girl. But after this, I'm like, I can't look at you the same. If you date a dirty looking man, you're dirty. And you're so, like, I don't know. I've been seeing videos. I love you, girl. But some people are saying, and maybe they're right, like, she was so down bad and being like, I don't want to be single anymore. I need a boyfriend. That you settle for that? Alejandra's like, maybe he's just a nice man. Angelica, why can't you, like, understand that? Maybe he is. But you're telling me after you dated Justin Bieber, one of the hottest men on earth, clean looking, he could be dirty, but at least he looks clean. You're gonna go date a man that publicly says, and I shower occasionally? You're nasty. She has to be nasty. And then everyone in the comments be like, she does look nasty too now. And I agree, bro. Sometimes she looks clean, but in that picture, I'll put it here. In that picture, when she's wearing a red dress and they look all sweaty, it was like one of the first award shows that they popped out together. They both look sweaty. They were making out in that closet. You're disgusting. You look disgusting. Ugh, God. I'm sorry. But anyway, we're talking about disgusting men. And then Chelsea was like, but Angelica, do you really believe that these men are disgusting? Like,
I was like, is it just like a role they're playing? Like, they're just saying that just to like get into the persona, but they're not actually, they actually shower every day?
And I was like, yeah, I do believe it. Like, who? And then she was like,
I was like, you said,
and then I was like, huh?
Asian.
Oh, Bobby Lee. And that was right. Bro, but guys, it was so funny. I told her I had to recreate it on the podcast because I was dying. The way she only went like this, and then she's like, Asian. And I'm like, Bobby Lee. With an instant, I was dead, bro. It was so funny.
Dirty man.
Yeah.
Short. Asian.
But in Bobby Lee's defense, I mean, not in his defense, he says it to the world. I do think he's a dirty man. I do. But I'm not gonna lie. Actually, no. I've heard some stories. Bobby Lee literally says there's multiple times he has diarrhea himself in his car.
But this was my thing. I don't get it. Like, I know, like, sometimes, that was weird. Some things are just like, like, you feel comfortable with your fans, but why would you tell the world that? Why? Who even wants to know? Because I'm telling you, never once in my life did I ever want to know if a comedian diarrheaed himself multiple times in his car. I don't want to know if anybody did that. Like, that's your business.
Yeah.
There's some things that should be just kept to yourself, bro. Like, I don't know.
I think it's funny. Because he doesn't go into detail. He doesn't show the picture. If he showed the picture, that would be a different story. But I think it's funny because I'm like, I think it just leaves you in the suspense that did that actually happen. But then his girlfriend at the time says, yeah, it did happen. She cleaned it up for him.
No.
Would you clean up your boyfriend of 10 years poop diarrhea?
Like, only way I would clean it up is if he is sick. If he's not sick, he better go clean up. Well,
he was sick. He ate something bad. That's why it happened.
He had food poisoning or something?
Yeah, something like that.
Also, after that, he was still sick after he diarrheaed himself?
I'm not sure.
I'm saying, like, it really depends. I'm sorry. I don't like poop. I don't like it. I can't, bro. I can't clean up after dogs poop. The only poop I can clean up is children, and it gets harder. I'm not gonna lie, it gets harder the older they get. 8 years old. Was babysitting a boy. He didn't know how to wipe himself. Bro, once he told me, "Hey, I have to poop." I was like, "Okay, go poop." Then he was like, "Oh, you're gonna have to help me after." I was like, "Help you? What do you mean?" He's like, "My mom usually helps me after," and I'm like, "Okay." And he went into that bathroom, and Lord, I'm praying to God. I'm praying. I'm walking back and forth in that living room. I'm like, "Please, God, I can't do this. I can't do this." There's tears welling up in my heart. I'm like, "God, please let this mother walk through this door right now." I was praying, and he pooped for mad quick. He was in there for like 5 minutes, and then he opens the door a little. He's like, "Hey, Miss Chelsea, I'm ready."
PYT for the
Oh my God, bro.
Did you have to wipe it?
So I go into the bathroom. He toots his butt up in the air. So he's like like touching his knee, like his feet. Tooted that butt up in the air, and I had to open his butt and wipe his poop. 8 years old. He's adorable. I love him, but oh my God, you don't understand. It was a really hard time for me. I didn't want to do that. I could only, bro, like, I feel like babies, I just feel like their poop is not real poop.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Even though, oh my God, those little things, they be pooping.
Bro. Some of those smells worse than mine poop.
Some of the things that have happened, like, I'm cleaning one of my babies, and she's pooped, horrible poop up her back. As I'm wiping her, she starts pooping more. The poop was everywhere. The poop was under my fingernails. It was horrible. But I didn't freak out.
Ew.
Yeah, it was disgusting.
Bro, that has never happened to me. I was gonna say the worst one that happened to me was at the daycare.
Mm-hmm.
Bro, guys, I kid you not, walking around, with my little gang of babies. So I'm like, hey, and then I look, I'm like, what the heck is this smell? I see poop on the wall. Poop on the wall. I'm like, what? So I'm like, what is this? It's like yellow brown poop. I'm like, what the hell? And so I go, I'm like sniffing, like Gurton Buster, whatever his name is. What's his name?
Guster.
Burton Guster. I always say Gurton. So then I go to a chair. Guys, poop all over the chair. And I'm like, where's the culprit? So I'm looking around. Not everybody looks fine. And then I go to one. I pick up his shirt, poop all over his. Chelsea, kid you not, from his like up here, poop all over.
How old is he?
One.
He had diarrhea?
He pooped so much that when he sat on the chair, the poop
exploded.
Went up. I actually have no idea what happened.
I'm sorry. The way I would scream, they would think it was a horror show.
I have actually no idea what happened. All I know is that I changed him. Because
you mean you gave him a shower? Like, no way.
No, I literally wiped because we didn't have a shower. I wiped everything. I'm like, please calm down, because he was obviously like
embarrassed.
Embarrassed. And I'm like, oh my God, my little baby. Oh God, he's so cute. I love him. So then I'm cleaning him. I'm like, oh my God. The other teacher is cleaning the chair, disinfecting the walls. Like, bro.
Well, how did he get the poop on the walls? He was lined up against the wall? Oh, okay.
Sorry. He's probably like, I got an itch, something back there. Bro, that poop story always has me crazy. I'm like, yeah, and they're insane. And then the 4 boys that I babysit, the baby, bro, I be walking into that playroom. The mom makes me laugh so much because, like, sometimes she's like, I put a candle in there because she has a changing room in there. And she's like, it was a rough one. And then sometimes I change him and I'm like, oh, golly, man. Golly. And they're over here like, with that smile on their face, like they didn't poop the most tremendous smelling thing ever. I'm like, Jesus.
No, those babies could poop, yo.
No, they could poop.
They could poop. But honestly, that's what I'm saying. Like, I can't. It's like, okay, it's one thing to change a baby's diaper, but once they get older, now you have to wipe them. that's where I have trouble with, because the poop gets worse.
Yeah.
Horrible, disgusting, smelly poop.
But would you, like, if it was your own son, would you do it less disgusted if they were older?
I mean, probably, but I don't see why not. Just because it's my son don't mean it's not poop. Like,
that's true.
Poop is poop is poop, no matter who it's coming from.
I'll admit, 8 is a big age.
8 is a big age. I was shocked. I thought he could wipe his butt. I did see his dad go in there with him one time, but I don't know what I thought. I really didn't think that he just couldn't wipe his butt. Like,
yeah.
I think his mom needs to teach him how to do that. I don't know if he knows how to do it now.
But maybe they do it for him because, you know, they're kids.
They don't
really
wipe it
be
good.
caring, you know? So maybe that's why they do it.
I mean, I could see that because, bro, my cousin, oh God, I hate it when but he was a really independent kid. He really wanted to be independent. Him, we could not allow to. He thinks he's wiping his butt. He's getting things he poop places, and then he walked past you and he smells like shit, like straight. Oh my God! And I'm like, Christian, oh. And I'm like, bro, get back into that bathroom and you wait for someone to come clean you. He's like, I cleaned myself. I'm like, no, you didn't clean yourself. And I have to go up there and clean him. And oh my God, disgusting.
Bro, that's funny.
Like, he really thought, like, no, you're not about to go walking around smelling like poop, sitting on things with your poopy butt still dirty. Like, oh, jeez, bro. Kids are funny. I wonder when I learned how to wipe my butt. Do you ever think about that?
Yeah, that's a good question. We should come tomorrow and with the answers, asking our parents.
Yeah, I'm going to ask them. I know, like, when I was, like, 6, I remember wiping them myself. I feel like.
Myself. Bro, I think me too.
But I don't know if that's, like, yeah, when I came to this country, I don't remember my parents wiping me, so.
I can't remember the last time my mom wiped me. Maybe when I was like, I was gonna say 2, but that's impossible. Maybe when I was like 3.
No way. I feel like I don't think it's weird to wipe someone's butt until like they're 5.
Definitely in kindergarten, I did it myself.
That's what I'm saying. Like, I feel like once you get to kindergarten, you should be able to wipe your butt.
I think in pre-K, I did it myself too.
Really?
I don't remember teachers coming in with me, but
I guess we're gonna end it on this poopy note. All right, y'all. We hope you all like this episode.
Yes, don't forget to like,
comment,
subscribe.
And we'll see you next time on
Two Random Girls. Bye.